Good morning, everybody. It's Mrs. F to do a solve and share with you. Today's Thursday, 3/26, day 7 of your math packets. I'm going to read today's solve and share, and then we're going to solve this together. Alex rode his scooter from his house to the park. Later, he rode from the park to the baseball practice. See distances below on the map. So what you have is at home is your solve and share paper. It says, how far did Alex ride all together? And it has the map. First, we notice that from his house to the park, it's 1/2 mile. And from the park to his baseball practice, it's 1/3 mile. The total altogether means we have to add those two fractions up. So we're going to start with our fractions of 1/2 and our other fraction of 1/3. We know we can't add these two fractions up because they do not have the same common denominator. So we first have to find a common denominator so that we can add these two fractions up to find his total distance. You can do this one of two ways. You can write all the factors for 2 and 3, which we'll start with. The factors for 2 are 2, 4, 6, and 8. And the factors for 3 are 3, 6, 9, and 12. Here we notice that 2 of the same numbers are 6. So we can use 6 as our common denominator for both 1/2 and 1/3. You can also find a common denominator by multiplying these two numbers. 2 times 3 equals 6. We know that 6 is the correct common denominator. Next, we're going to take our two numbers, 1/2 and 1/3, and we're going to change those to their new fractions so that we can add them. 1/2 we're going to change 2 times 3, and we have to do the same to the top as we do to the bottom, 1 times 3. So that's going to be 3, and 2 times 3 is going to be 6. There's our new fraction for 1/2. Next, we're going to do 1/3. We need to change this to a 6 by doing 3 times 2. Whatever we do to the bottom, we also have to do to the top. 1 times 2. So we're going to have here 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. We have our common denominators. Now we can add our two fractions to find his total distance. 3 plus 2 is 5. Our common denominator stays the same. So his total distance is 5/6 miles. Make sure you label your fraction, not to have any naked numbers, as Mrs. Osmond would say. The next part, if you want to take this one step further, is to find his total distance going back home. It doesn't say this in the problem, but let's just extend this. If we have 5/6 miles plus another 5/6 miles home, that would be how much he would get total miles to get home. We're going to do 5 plus 5 is 10. We're able to add these because our denominators are the same. 6 is our common denominator that we're going to keep the same. We have 10/6, which is an improper fraction. To make this a proper fraction, we're going to see how many times can 6 go into 10, which is 1. And then what's left over is 4/6. And that would be 1 4/6 miles to get home. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Hopefully I can add another video tomorrow. If you have any questions, please email me. Bye.